Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed our discussion about air cargo strategies and business models. And we will continue now with our second keynote speaker of this day. And just come closer to the stage, just join us for our second keynote speaker who will come up on the stage. And I would like to welcome in here Business Development Manager for Czech Republic and Slovakia of DCT Gdansk, Ms. Adéla Kurečková. So the stage is yours.
Thank you. So, firstly, just to introduce myself, as was already mentioned, my name is Adéla Kurečková and I'm representing DCT Gdansk. Why just DCT Gdansk? This is sometimes a question, why not Gdansk as such? Well, DCT Gdansk is the container terminal within the port of Gdansk, so it's just one unified unit within the port itself. And I would like to tell you today something about the opportunities and the possibilities how DCT Gdansk can serve for the Czech and Slovak market. And also what is the situation right now at DCT Gdansk, and also what is the development for further years and what we can expect and how much use we can actually use from using DCT as a gateway. First of all, shortly, just the introduction about the ownership of DCT Gdansk. In 2019, the main owner of DCT Gdansk became the group PSA International, which is the port operator, one of the biggest port operators in the world, with the headquarters in Singapore. They have like a smaller headquarters also here in Europe, which is in Antwerp. And well, basically the group is growing more and more. Why I'm mentioning PCT and the ownership is also because it's somehow connected to the recent and future development of the DCT terminal, which I tell you a bit more later. About the location of DCT Gdansk, what is quite unique about DCT is the location without the city of Gdansk. Even though DCT is very close to the city center, still it's aside enough, let's say, to not be distracted by the daily cars and trucks driving all around. So basically, DCT Gdansk is very directly connected to the motorways. So basically, with the car, you will get to DCT on the 4-lane road up to the terminal. The same actually applies for the rail connection, where the station is close by the terminal and is also not disrupted as much about or with another, oh my God, I don't know the English word. Yeah, traffic, that's the one. What is quite advantage of DCT being aside from the city as such, DCT and the port area as such has still quite a lot of opportunities to further development because there are available lands around the terminal. This is also used for different logistics companies to actually construct or build some of their premises, warehouses, and so on in the near distance from the terminal. Here is a nice picture of the terminal with the information about the numbers. DCT has two keys, basically. The original one is T1. This is how DCT actually started in 2008 with building this first terminal. By the way, this year in October we celebrated 15th anniversary of the operation of DCT Gdansk. And what I've heard that 15 years ago, when the investors decided to build this terminal, everyone was laughing at them. Like, what are you doing? We already have some terminals in Poland, Szczecin, Świnoujście, or Gdynia. And look at us now, 15 years later. In 2016, the terminal T2 has been built, and this terminal is suitable for the biggest ships or vessels in the world. So right now, the vessels they are calling our terminal T2 are actually 21,000 plus TEU big vessels. Here is actually the development since 2008. First, just to explain you what you can see on the graph, the orange part is actually transshipments through Poland, and the blue part is the direct calls or direct shipments or direct TEUs in Poland. The only direct vessels right now are actually to Gdansk within the Poland ports. The numbers you can see on the graph are actually the all TEUs within the whole Poland. So the blue part is basically what is DCT handling. In 2021, the volume handled in DCT Gdansk was 2.1 million TEU. So I already mentioned direct calls. DCT is called by two alliances. The first one is, I will start with 2M actually, even though on the picture is the second one, because it was actually the first alliance which started calling Gdansk directly. Both of the services are connected to Far East, and starting in Korea, the only difference is the Ocean Alliance is also calling Singapore, while 2M is calling Malaysia. Here, I would also point out the ports which are actually being called in Europe, which actually says something about the situation right now in DCT. We know that the issues in the German ports are giving us our time, or not us in the DCT, but to the freight forwarders, definitely. Yeah, now I lost my words, so let's carry on. DCT is not only just a port terminal and so on, this is also a Baltic hub. Baltic hub, it became mainly because of the size and so on, because of the direct calls, and DCT doesn't serve only Poland or Czech and Slovak market now, but also other countries, Baltic states, Sweden and Finland. Concerning the connection, because of course the connection between the port and the inland terminals is important and is actually key for a smooth usage of the terminal. Right now we are actually having 5 weekly calls by intermodal operators. In 2017, rail cargo operators started their train between DCT and Paskov. And now, this year in September, we were very happy to acquire another service by Metrans. This service runs 3 times a week now and goes directly to Ostrava. What is pleasant about this Metrans service is definitely the fact that this service is connected to the whole Metrans network. So basically for clients in Slovakia, around the Czech Republic and also Hungary, is a service which can be used for the intermodal transportation. I'm going back also mentioning the fact that DCT is a Baltic hub. So if you are also using or looking for the options using the short sea connections, then there is definitely an option using Gdansk for that. As you can see, here is the name of the ocean carriers or short sea carriers, for example, Unifeeder or Sealand is considered as a short sea carrier, where can be actually cargo delivered, especially these days when companies are looking for a greener option of cargo deliveries. This short sea is definitely one of the options. Here I have already mentioned the connections which DCT has with Czech Republic on the direct intermodal connection by rail cargo operators or by Metrans now newly. There is also another option. There are clients definitely which one may have in Poland, so of course there is many potential inland terminals which can be used also for delivery in Poland or even to Czech Republic, because there is many terminals like Wrocław, Katowice, Slavkov, Dąbrowa Górnicza or Gliwice, which can be also used for the intermodal connection. In the last, let's say, half a year, of course, the connection from Ukraine has become very significant, and Gdansk became a gateway for Ukrainian cargo. So the increase of the connections to Ukraine was remarkable. It is not only coal or iron or this commodity or grain, for instance, but also containerized cargo has been shipped through DCT. One point to mention is that 35% of the containers are being shipped from or to DCT on inland by train. This number is definitely growing and is getting its importance also for the future. We are talking about the green energy and green transportation and so on, so the rail connection is definitely becoming more and more important. Thanks to that, not only DCT itself or the port authorities of Gdansk or the Polish rail company PKP has invested in recent years lots of money to building the infrastructure. One of them was the construction of the Port Polnočný railway station, which is used for entering DCT. The construction of this terminal has been finished at the end of last year and is now fully open and operated. The same actually happened at DCT. The reconstruction or update of the rail siding at DCT started a couple of years ago, and this year we actually opened newly constructed rail siding or developed rail siding. So right now DCT rail siding has 7 tracks, all 750 meters long, and it's already in use. And one of the users is also Metrans, who is actually running 750 meters long trains up to their terminal in Dąbrowa Górnicza. And then, because the border crossing obviously is not suitable or constructed for such a long train, to get to Czech Republic, then the 650 meters long train carries on to Ostrava Šenov. So, where is the benefit, or what can be the benefit actually for Czech and Slovak clients? If we look on the map, for certain areas within Czech Republic and Slovakia, DCT is actually the closest port. When we consider the fact that the ocean freight mainly are the same for the German ports and Gdansk, we are benefiting though in DCT from a much lower THC cost. And then when we look on the distance and And intermodal costs, of course, the shorter the distance, the lower the costs in the end. So here is one of the, I'm coming back basically to the development of the industrial area and logistics area close by to the DCT terminal. Here is a couple of references, let's say, for this development of the places. There is still plenty of space actually to develop further. So definitely, if any of the companies is interested into build own warehouses close by DCT in Poland, yeah, let me know. Next to other, it's at the port terminal, it's not only about handling the containers, moving them from the vessel to the train and vice versa, but of course what we also need at the terminal is the premises for manipulation the cargo, offloading, unloading, stripping, lashing. So for this task we have our own CFS premises within the terminal. This is actually the CFS premises. So if you look where are the STS cranes, how far is the CFS warehouse, and basically somewhere in here is the rail siding. You can see that the DCT has a certain complexity and everything is in a very pleasant distance. Of course, all the inspections, if we are talking about customs office or veterinary inspection and phyto inspection, all those premises are actually located directly at the DCT. And what is the development? We are actually developing a lot. First of all, as I already mentioned, is the rail siding. This is how it looks now. You can see 3 RMG cranes which are handling the rail siding right now. Actually, for next year is already prepared to put into operation the 4th rail siding just to increase the efficiency of the manipulation of the containers. And what is the further development? Right now we are having or we are starting actually at the end of this month the construction of the further terminal, which is called actually BH3, even though there is a T3, BH3 because Baltic Hub 3. This construction and this terminal shall be ready in half of 2024, in mid of 2024. And of course, that means the further connections, hopefully also the transatlantic connection. And furthermore, we are still missing one alliance to call DCT Gdansk. So we believe this will be the case once the terminal is done. DCT Gdansk also cares about the sustainability, green energy, and green path. DCT Gdansk actually has already 70% of the terminal electrified. The electricity is actually sourced from renewable energies, and DCT has the certification actually about using the green energy for all electric consumption within the terminal. Well, I'm not sure if we have a time yet. I'm looking for my help. I can see here, I have also a short video from the terminal for you just to see how it actually looks, and also the repetition is the mother of wisdom. So basically you will see not only the pictures from the operation at the terminal, but also the numbers once again, how it runs. So if I ask the production for the video.
Do you believe in magic? It is all around. Just make sure to notice it. Before our eyes, the world is becoming smaller and smaller. Everything, even from the far end of the globe, is at our fingertips. Take a look. Magic happens here every day. Welcome to the largest container terminal in the Baltic Sea. With its strategic location in the heart of the Baltic Sea, our terminal is a gateway to Central and Eastern Europe for global trade. Since our inception, we have been developing dynamically, and from year to year, we have recorded an increase in the number of volumes. We constantly invest in infrastructure and equipment. We quickly respond to market needs. We constantly increase productivity and strive for the highest level of customer service. This way, we are able to strengthen the position of the fastest growing container terminal in the Baltic Sea. We belong to the PSA International Group, one of the largest port operators, with several dozen terminals around the globe. With an extensive network of ocean, railway, and feeder connections, we are perfectly connected with large production, distribution and consumption centers. Thanks to the parameters of our deep-water quay and modern equipment, we regularly handle the largest container ships in the world, as well as custom loads, oversized and mixed cargo of high value. Hundreds of trains connect us to our inland network of terminals every month. We also specialize in warehouse services and oversized cargo handling. Our warehouse and logistics facilities attract other investments. With automation of multiple processes, drivers of thousands of trucks who visit us daily can work more efficiently and, above all, more safely. However, the magic of transport does not happen without the participation of those who play a key role here. The excellent qualifications of the team strengthen the role of our terminal as a trustworthy leader in the Polish logistics industry and an active participant of the social life. We are serious about our responsibilities towards the environment. We conduct environmental impact studies, apply measures to reduce possible risks, and select the most eco-friendly solutions as part of each new project. The third deep-water quay will be built upon the construction of the new Baltic Hub 3 terminal, combining respect for the environment and the latest technologies, including the automation of multiple processes. It is a real milestone in the history of our terminal. Our activities have a significant impact on the economy, market, development of logistics and transport, as well as on the society, both at the local and global level. And this is just the beginning of the changes. Magic is happening right here and right now. See you in the Baltic Hub. DCT Gdansk, the Baltic Hub.
So thank you for your attention. And if you have any question or want to talk further about using DCT, please feel free to approach me. Thank you.